My wife and I require years of getaways to better places. It's our approach to having some time off from our customary regular daily existence as well as getting to hang out. This year we had a lodge booked in Washington State. It was out of sight and depicted online as being calm and serene away from some other places or individuals. The majority of our lives are in packed urban communities, so this sounded perfect for us. When we flew in, we strolled to a staple store to get what we wanted, then took a taxi out to the lodge. We didn't lease a vehicle since we realized we'd just show up for 3 days, so we needed to spend it right at the lodge, and in the event that we adjusted our perspectives or required anything more, we could constantly arrange an Uber. The taxi ride was a little more than an hour from the town we arrived in. The majority of the drive was between enormous mountain ranges and a naturally shaded scene. It was truly lovely and got us both energized for our visit. We showed up at the lodge. It was totally alone in the center of the backwoods, even the carport prompting it wasn't considerably more than some tire tracks in the soil. We got out and paid the taxi, then, at that point, brought our stuff inside. The actual lodge was little. There was the primary floor that had the kitchen and family room with a stepping stool paving the way to a space region that had the bed in it. The bed region on the space was short, but you in a real sense needed to creep into the bed similar to one you'd find in a minimalistic house. Furthermore, we made an exceptionally speedy supper since we were drained from the flight, then we opened a container of wine to get comfortable for the night. We illuminated the chimney and talked about how we were anticipating the following couple of days. It was around 11 p.m. right now, and as we talked, we both unexpectedly heard something outside. Someone was strolling in the grass close to the lodge. It was clearly too close, like they were truly close. My significant other looked anxious, so I attempted to put a fearless face on and told her it was fine. I got up and watched out the window. It was only after then that I understood how dull it had gotten. I checked out, seeing only huge trees all over and completely dark murkiness around them. I told her I didn't see anybody then, at that point, headed towards the front entryway and opened it, venturing onto the patio and turning on the open-air lights. All I could truly see out there was a little piece of the carport, yet I didn't see anybody there either. The backwoods were extremely quiet and calm as well, so on the off chance that they were all the while strolling around, I felt like I would have been ready to hear them. I returned inside and inquired as to whether she heard the strides any longer. However, she said the sound didn't appear to have become dull, it just halted out of nowhere from someplace behind the lodge. My courageous demonstration was beginning to fall through, and I advised her to go up to the space and keep silent while I sorted out what was happening. I went around and really looked at every one of the windows again, not seeing anything, so I returned to the front entryway. I was setting myself up to return outside when an unexpected bang shook the lodge. I gazed towards my significant other, who was gazing towards the roof. Somebody was on top of the lodge. I remained inside and brought the police, heading over extensive paths on the most proficient method to get to the lodge we were at throughout the hour that we needed to stand by. We could at times hear a couple of strides strolling across the highest point of the lodge around 45 minutes into the distance. However, we heard their boots hit the ground, followed by them serenely leaving. I peered through the window again, seeing their blueprint disappear into the timberland. The police took our report and gave us a ride into town where we spent the remainder of our excursion. What that individual was doing miles from development in the woods is unnerving, seeing as they were reasonable, sitting tight for us to one or the other head to sleep or go out externally. We're simply grateful that we left prior to something different that might have occurred.